What's up, everybody? Another Arcade Talking Star Wars review. Hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Hope you're having a great one. And please smash that like button to help the video out. Okay, guys, today is my review of the Star Wars machine that I have back there, right behind me there, as you can see it. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the cabinet and gameplay. This is just my opinion. Your opinion might be different than mine. This is my review, so I'll give you my opinion of the cabinet. Let's show you a little clip as I go through this. Now, the Marquee looks pretty good on film here, but in real life, as you can see behind me there, you can see it's washed out. I mean, you compared that one to the Mr. Do one, or the green one there. You can see there's a big difference. I could read, just looking at my little camera, I could read Mr. Do, but I can't read Star Wars. So it is washed out. So our Marquee is not the greatest. It's the same as all their Marquees. I don't know why they can't get any better with their Marquees. You know, where we have to go to aftermarket and buy one. I mean, we pay enough money, these Marquees should be in really good shape. And it's not hard to make these things nice. I mean, cripes, it doesn't take a lot. But they choose not to. One reason why I won't get any more Arcade1Ups. And then there's the bezel artwork. I really love the bezel artwork. You know, in real life, on the real one, they're actually real pieces, like these tubes you can see on the side right here. And on the real one, those are actually real tubes that go from the monitor down, I think, onto the control deck a little bit. But then you got these radars up here, and you got some red lights and that, and then there's another tube over here. I really like that they put that on bezel. It's really cool. It makes it complete, makes it more look like the original one, which is just awesome. And then it even has you can see the little rectangles right here on the bottom of the screen. Those are, on a real one, they actually are popped up a little bit. The only thing they didn't do is, I just thought of, is on the original one, which they could have done this easily with just the bezel. The monitor itself is supposed to look like a cockpit. It's I think it goes straight and then slanted and then straight and then slanted again and then straight. So you're supposed to look like you're actually looking through an X-wing. They could have easily done that with the bezel. I'm not sure why they didn't do that. But it would have been an easy thing to do. It would have been kind of neat if they did it. But it's no big deal. And then the flight yoke is exactly the same one they did in 2019. If you flip the back, it actually says 2019 on it. So it is exactly the same flight yoke. So there's no upgrades. So if you have an old one, don't worry. It's the same exact one. No improvements there. No improvements on the monitor. The monitor is a BOE, and it was made last March of 2022. But it looks great. You know, they got the graphics and all that on the control deck, just like the original one does. I mean, it looked really nice. Oh, and the artwork on the flight yoke itself, it's kind of like a rough sticker on it. It feels really neat. It feels like a rough surface. It's really cool. I like how they did that on the flight yoke. I think the original one was like that too in the arcades. And then I really like the artwork they did on here. But as you can see on the screen, there's a mistake there made. And I just caught it today. I've had this thing, but I put it together last Friday. Yeah, Thursday and Friday last week. I put this thing together. I just noticed today before I did this video, there's this black above the coin door. Why they didn't continue the artwork down to the coin door is beyond me. I don't understand. It's almost like they're going to put the coin door up here and then change their mind, because this is the same front panel as like on Dragon's Lair, so they already had the holes punched out. So the coin door had to go there, but they didn't catch it, because this artwork should have went down to the top of the coin door, or the coin door should have went up. Either case, they screwed up right there. You can fix this, is take the coin door off, punch new holes in here, and bring the coin door up. That's the only thing you really do. Then if you bring it up, though, the bottom ones on the bottom of the coin door, you might see those. You can fill them in, but kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, and plus this light up coin door, there's actually a square rectangle cut out, because the light pack that they use punch new holes for screws, and you'd have to make another rectangle hole for the light pack. For handy, it'd probably be no big deal to you to do that. It's just like one of those things. Quality control, once again, messed up with their shit. There's always something wrong with these Arcade1Ups. It just blows my mind. But hopefully, maybe somebody, one of these aftermarket people that do the decals, maybe they can come up with an artwork to fill that in. That would be really nice. I'd buy one. But one thing I really like that they did is I give credit where credit's due. I love that they put the artwork down the machine and onto the riser. So it makes it look like one piece machine, even though it's not. I really like that they did that. I wish they would do this going forward with all their machines. You know, if you can't make a one piece, just bring the artwork all the way down on the riser so it makes it look like it's a one piece. I love that they did that. And that black down there, that's the extender I bought aftermarket. It's a 6-inch extender. It was $65 from buystuffarcades.com. Bring the machine up. And there's those tubes I was telling you. And the real one, those are actually real. Through the camera, though, it looks pretty real. And there's your stuff on top. And then there's another tube on the bottom, or on the other side. And then there's the artwork on the side, which is just beautiful. Looks awesome. Looks great. They did a great job on there. And once again, the artwork goes all the way through the riser, which is such awesome. You can see the black line there. That's where the riser starts. And they did use the bigger riser like Tron. It's the same size as the Tron riser, which is really nice. So it brings up a little higher, but not high enough. And then there's the extender again. But on the real machine, here, I'll show you a picture. Real machine actually on the sides do have black. And here's the machine here. This is a real arcade one. And you can see those tube things too. Those are actually real. They're just made out of plastic. But at least they incorporated it into the bezel. I like that. But down here you can see there's a black line there. So my extender kind of looks like that. But obviously in the front there's no black strip. So I need to find some artwork to put at least on a front. That's all you need is front artwork to make it look like this one here. And look, guys, there's no black above the coin door. But you can see that stuff, those tubes on the side here, and you can see the tubes actually go from down through the monitor onto the control deck. And you can see the monitor there. See, there's the monitor. Kind of makes it look like you're looking through the cockpit of a X-wing. You can see it there too. There's a little slant I was telling you about, and then straight, and then slant again. You can definitely see it there. Slant, and see it go straight and slant, straight and slant, straight and slant. So I don't know why they could have easily done that. But see, my little black strip looks like the real one, so it's kind of cool. So overall, I'm so impressed with the cabinet. People say this is one of the best cabinets they've done to date. I agree. Tron is one of the ones they did really good too. And then here I was just comparing it to Dragon's Lair, how tall it is. And you can see the control decks are almost the same height. If you flatten Star Wars, I think it would be exactly the same height actually. In Dragon's Lair, I bought this riser aftermarket. It's an 18-inch riser. I didn't even use the riser that came with. On original Dragon's Lair, the bottom was all black. Arcade1Up put a decal on the riser, which I don't like. I want just complete black like I have it now. You can see the height there. I think Star Wars is like a ½ inch higher than Dragon's Lair. But there it is there. Let you know, I'm almost 6 foot tall. I got a 6-inch riser for this. It's making the flight yoke a little too tall for me. So I'm going to get a 4-inch riser and then put the 6-inch onto my Mr. Do to bring that Mr. Do up. The Mr. Do I think will be about 1 inch or 2 inches shorter than Dragon's Lair and Star Wars, but it'll be pretty close. It'll be about the same size as Tron. So the 6-inch riser would be nice for Mr. Do. I'll at least get it close to Tron, Dragon's Lair, and Star Wars now. And then I'm going to use the 4-inch riser on Star Wars because I think that's going to bring that down a little bit where it's more comfortable. Because right now I feel like I'm flying it like this and that. And if I play it for a while, my arms get kind of tired because I'm keeping them up in the air. I think that 2-inch difference is going to bring it down to a better feel when I'm playing it. So if you're about 6 foot tall and you're looking to get extender for the Star Wars, I would get the 4-inch and not the 6-inch because the 6-inch is bringing it up a little bit too high. And dropping it down 2 inches, it's not going to be much lower than Dragon's Lair because right now it's about a ½ inch. So it's just going to be a 1.5 inches shorter, so it ain't going to be any big deal bringing it down 2 inches. But that's just my recommendation if you're looking into buy an extender for it. So that's it about the cabinet. The cabinet, I give it 9 out of 10. Probably the best rating I can give it. I think Tron, I did 9 out of 10 on that one as well. And I can't give it 10 out of 10 because the Marquee is washed out like always. And then that goof up above the coin door. I just, You know, those two things shouldn't happen. And the Marquee is over and over and over. So, but everything else, there was a scratch on the back of the riser, no big deal. And I think there was a scratch on side art somewhere. I don't even remember where it's at, and I can't really see it. So that's the only blemishes I found on this machine. So I give it 9 out of 10. You know, the artwork looks great on the front and the sides. I love that they brought the artwork down through the riser. It looks awesome. So the gameplay is great. But if you already have one from 2019 and you're thinking about buying this one, don't do it because it's exactly the same machine. The only thing that's different is artwork on the riser. If you don't like the artwork on the riser you have from 2019, I guarantee there are going to be people out there that have the artwork that matches this machine here. If you change that artwork on the riser, it's exactly the same machine. Unless, I'm not sure if the riser on the old one was a big riser like this or if it was the regular riser they always use. That's only other thing I'm not sure about is what size riser they used. The riser on this one here is the same one as Tron, which is I think is a 16-inch riser. And I think the normal ones are 12, I think. So I'm not sure about the riser. That might be the only other difference. But as you can see, I have a 18-inch on Dragon's Lair. You can get 16-inch risers too aftermarket. But yeah, for the cabinet, 9 out of 10. Love the cabinet. It looks great. Only one I would put in front of Star Wars is Tron. Just because Tron has that blacklight artwork on it. I don't know. To me, Tron looks the best of all their machines. This is definitely a close second. Some people will probably argue with me on that one. But Tron is just unique. That's why I put it ahead of this one. Okay, now the gameplay is exactly the same as one from 2019 since it's the same board. So there's no improvements on the gameplay. So if there's something you didn't like from the 2019 one, it's the same exact games. So there's no improvements on the games. But I do like the transition they use on all three games. This transition they have is pretty cool. And that's just so awesome. I love that.
He could destroy us.
This is Empire Strikes Back. I love that they had the voices on here. I mean, I know it's part of the game, so it's going to happen.
The Force will be with you.
Got the Obi-Wan Kenobi voices. You got Luke Skywalker's.
Red 5 standing by.
I mean, it just brings me back to my childhood, hearing those voices and stuff. It's part of the game, you know. It's just, the music, sound effects, get the TIE Fighter sounds. Got the music always playing in the background. What not to like? Especially if you're a Star Wars fan, what not to like about these games? And all three games have the different themes. Empire Strikes Back has its own music. Star Wars has its own music. Return of the Jedi has its own music. It's going in, guys. Red 5. If you didn't know, when he says use the Force, you're not supposed to shoot any of those lasers coming after you. You're supposed to avoid them with your ship. You're supposed to use the Force to avoid the lasers coming at you. And if you do, you don't shoot any of your lasers, you get 5,000 once you destroy the Death Star.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always. The Force will be with you.
Of course, the Obi-Wan Kenobi at the end. Gotta love the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sound effect at the end when you die. Great games. Bring me back to my childhood, all three of them. I played all three in the arcade. I remember Return of the Jedi. I remember Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back. It came out after Return of the Jedi. So I don't think I played that one that much because I was older and wasn't really into arcades anymore. I think I played it a couple times in arcade. Definitely played it on console. But yeah, I remember doing Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi. The first time I played that game, man, with those trees on the speed cycle there, man. That was so hard, man, because of the way the graphics were. You couldn't really tell where the trees were. It was always so hard going through that, and the trees were coming at you so fast. That's what I remember playing it the first time. It was like, damn, how in the hell you avoid all these trees? But once you play it several times, you get used to it. But okay, so my final opinion, gameplay is great. The flight yoke so far feels really nice. You know, there's a little bit of a delay on it, just a very little. If you just move the thing just a little bit, it doesn't move the cursor, but it's pretty good. Well, fine. I'll find out in time if it lasts. I know some people had trouble with theirs and they got aftermarkets. And of course, the aftermarket's always better than the original ones. But, you know, the quality of the flight yoke seems pretty damn good to me. I mean, it feels great. It feels just like the original one. The gameplay plays great. There's no control problems. There's no delay in the movements or anything. So I give the gameplay 10 out of 10 so far. You know, unless the flight yoke doesn't hold up over time. But right now, as I sit, I give the gameplay 10 out of 10. All 3 games. So, and I give 9 out of 10 for the cabinet. So that's my thoughts and opinions on the Star Wars machine. I would recommend it to anybody, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. I would recommend the game. If you get on sale, that'd be great. But I know they're limited released again. Arcade1Up released 500 through their website, and then Shop Hippo was doing 3,000, and then that's it. So they might not ever go on sale if they sell out. Overall, with gameplay and the cabinet, Star Wars is probably the best one they came out with. I like Tron better. It looks better, but there's an issue with the spinner. Mine broke without not even playing it. So for that, I have to give Star Wars, as of right now, better than Tron, because Tron does have a spinner issue. It breaks. A beautiful cabinet in your arcade. This is one of them right there. Looks great behind me even. But I hope you appreciated the video. And if you have an opinion on Star Wars cabinet, drop it in the comment section below, because I love hearing from you guys. If you liked this video, please smash that like button for me. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and turn that bell on so you won't miss any of my future videos. And until then, I will see ya.